Hello and welcome to episode 2 of the Drew Roff Show alongside Purdue soccer head coach Drew Roff and junior defender Skylurr Patrick. I am the team's communications director, Charlie Healy. Drew, Skylurr, how's it going today?
Good, thank you.
Doing well, Charlie. How about you?
Good, thanks. Thanks for coming on the show and coming off another big win for the Boilermakers yesterday against Michigan State, 1-0. Riding a 4-match unbeaten streak along with a 1-1 draw against Ohio State inside on Thursday. Again, sort of an interesting match how that went along. But Drew, what's impressed you most about the team's play in the last 4 matches and specifically the last 2 here at home?
Well, I think, the thing that stands out, of course, is just defensively not giving up a lot of goals. And that's, always something that we strive for. And that, I think defensively, just as a group, been very good. I also just think that, the dealing with the physicality and the, athleticism of the last couple of teams we played, a little bit of direct play that we, weren't used to seeing quite as much. That's something that I think our backs adjusted to and our team adjusted to and handled themselves real well. So, those are the things that have been impressive. And just, this time of year, of course, the fatigue can set in a little bit. And, I think that the big thing that I take away from the last game that we played yesterday was just, finding a way to get a result on a day where we were a little bit tired and maybe didn't have our best day. I think the maturity and the experience of this team has really showed over the last few games. So, those are the things that experience that maybe, we were lacking last couple of years, but now big part of our team is our junior class. And we obviously have a couple seniors that add to that experience, but I thought that junior class really has come through for us the last couple of games. Yesterday in particular, I thought Beauvoir, Grace Walsh, Skylurr Patrick, Ali Melky came in and did some great things off the bench. And of course, Griffith is scoring a lot of goals. So those are some key players that have played a lot of minutes for us. I think the last couple games, were really tough ones, but that experience and maturity of that group was able to, they were able to see it through. And I think that's something I've been impressed with lately because, you need that talent, you need that ability, but when you have players that have been there and been through those tough games and know what to expect and come through when you need them to, that's really the teams that are going to thrive in the Big Ten environment.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of those big juniors is Skylurr Patrick. And Skylurr, when you look at how the defense has played the last 4 matches, is that, when you talk about momentum, is that something that you guys can feed off of? You get that first shutout against Wisconsin a couple of weeks ago, and then you build on that. How much is that a momentum thing, or is that one match at a time?
I think it's kind of both, like once you get that first shutout, you have the confidence that you can do it. But it's also a thing of being comfortable with who you're playing with, and building those connections and having those games with each other. You learn like from your past mistakes, watching film, like, the positioning, being a little tighter so you don't get split, or lately the ball's over top, we need to drop and be more connected with the midfield. But yeah, it's all about the connections and just feeling comfortable with each other and knowing that you do have each other's back. Because I know with Maya behind me, for example, if I do get beat, I can play a little more aggressive knowing that she is behind me and I am comfortable with that. And then, she can step up because she has us behind her. So it's definitely a little bit of everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. And you guys have really brought that unit together, especially in the last 4 matches. Drew also mentioned fatigue, and I think it's I'm not sure ironic is the right word to put it, but both of your overtime matches have come on Thursday with another match 2 days later. And on Thursday you played all 110 minutes, and then you went right back there on Sunday, played 90 minutes. Is there a different mentality when you step on the pitch on Sunday, whether it's for the first half or the second half or in the 60th minute? What's going through your head, and what, if you need any of that extra motivation to get you through, what is that?
I step on the field every time with just a mentality of let's do this. You know, we have a good team and I'm confident in our team. And this past year has proven that. I know that we're going to be there for each other. So I want to do what I can for everyone else. You know, for example, Griff, she's running back, you know, defending for us. And then she goes ahead and scores, you know, doing what she does. So it's just, if she's going to work that hard, I want to do my part and work as hard as I can for everyone else so they can play their game and, you know, set it up for the best. But yeah, I just go into every game just thinking that, you know, we are the team to beat. They have to get through all of us. And I definitely don't want to play against our team. If I was the opposing team, I'd be scared. And I don't really try to get scared often, you know. If I had a Griff coming at me, I'd be on my toes for 90 minutes and that would just be tiring. But yeah, I just go getting mentality. Like, you're not going to beat us. I'd like to see you try, you know. But that's what I go with every game, because you can't really take a break or a time off between the Thursday and Sunday games. They're all important. And especially now, since it's a crazy year, we're all at the same place. So 1.3 points, those really matter right now. And I mean, there's like 3 teams tied for that second position, because I know there's 2 teams tied for first right now. So it's just really, really crazy right now. So we just always have to go get it.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. And Drew, I think we're seeing some of that energy and swagger that Skylurr brings to the pitch. Do you ever have to rein that back or tell her to maybe bring it down from 120% to 110, or
no?
Are you scared of doing that too?
We might have had that conversation before, once or twice, you know. But as you know, Skylurr, you know, talks about is to be good defensively. You know, you have to be athletic and you have to be, your timing has to be good and all that good stuff. But it's really, you know, a lot of it is mentality. You know, you have to really want to shut someone down, and you have to take pride in, you know, those individual battles and wanting to win those. And that's where, you know, Skylurr is such a great competitor. You know, the thing is with all great defenders, you know, they have to play on that edge, and they have to have that pride of not wanting to get beat and wanting to deny, you know, these other, you know, really talented players from other teams. So we talk about playing on that edge, and Skylurr does a fantastic job of it, you know, and it's an emotional game sometimes. And as coaches, as players, fans, you know, that's kind of what we love about it. It's something we're passionate about. So our emotions can all sometimes, you know, get a little over where we want to be. But that's what makes her a great player. So just, you know, sometimes she's learned to, I think she's done a fantastic job of learning, you know, how to channel that into becoming more focused and more productive when she's, you know, feeling that, you know, that energy. But she does a great job right on that edge, and, you know, she doesn't cross it. And, you know, but it's something that, you know, we talk about quite a bit, because, you know, you want that to show. You want her passion and her, you know, commitment to her teammates and her desire to win. You want to keep those things at the forefront. You know, you never want to suppress those. But of course, you got to do it within the rules, and you know, sometimes just a calm demeanor is needed to shut down some of these players. So I think she finds that balance tremendously, and believe me, it's a lot easier. You as a coach, you'd much rather try to get someone to kind of settle down a little bit than trying to get them to you know, compete and get them fired up. You know, it's a lot easier and more fun to kind of tell them to you know, control some things. Because if a player doesn't have that fire, it's really hard to put it under them. But Skylurr brings that fire, she brings that passion, she brings you know, that heart and soul to our team, that you know, that spark that you know, we really, really need. And that's one of the things that makes her a special player and a very, very effective player for us.
Yeah, absolutely. I think anyone who sees you play on the pitch sees that. It's not hard to see that at every minute of every match. And you both have brought up Marissa Beauvoir, junior goalkeeper, and she's had some fantastic matches lately, especially. One thing that stood out with the Ohio State matches, I think through the first 60 minutes, she didn't have a save. You know, there were no opportunities from Ohio State. And then in the second 60 minutes, she had made 5 huge saves and kept it a 1-1 match. Drew, when you look at her her play overall, especially in the sort of tale of two matches that was Ohio State? What's impressed you most about what she's been able to do in that?
Yeah, well, I think I think the last 4 games or so, I think Mo's really taken it upon herself to play the position very proactively, and she's her aggressiveness has increased. And when Mo is playing aggressive and she's locked in and she's dominating her 6, there's not many keepers out there that are going to be more effective than her. She has all the tools, and I think she's really starting to put it all together. So, we always had belief, we always had confidence in her. But recently she's stepped up at a really high level. And, when she's able to come out and eliminate some of those crosses and go up and grab some of those corner kicks, those are opportunities that, she kind of can, stop before they get started. And a lot of goalkeepers at this level don't have the ability to go up in a crowd and grab those serves from the flanks. So she's been doing that more consistently lately. She's always been able to make that big save. Just her range is tremendous, what she can get to. She's just playing with a lot of confidence and a lot of poise. And in a position like that, it's a tough position. Last line of defense, and a lot of eyes are on you. And, there's a lot of pressure in that role. I feel she just, really looks comfortable and confident. And, that's a great place to be for her. So just really at the top of her game. And, I think she's just starting to show what kind of a complete goalkeeper that she can be, not just a shot stopper, but just an overall goalkeeper that can, really determine sometimes, the outcome of some matches. And really happy for her. She's worked really hard to get to this point. And I'm looking forward to, what the rest of the season holds, because I think she's going to continue to, improve and be even better.
Yeah, definitely. And Skylurr, you're obviously on the back line playing so close to Marissa. What have you seen from her, especially for that leadership quality that she brings to the pitch? That opening 60 minutes, she wasn't making saves, but she still was impacting the match and out there as one of the leaders on the field.
Oh, I love everything that she's doing this year. Having her behind me, like I said, again, it's comfortable, and she does have a tough job because, like you said, that 60 minutes without a shot, and then then she has to make these big time saves. That's hard, and I could never do that. But she's always on. She's always there. She's helping us get in our positions. Like, she is a leader, and I'm very, very lucky to have such a top goalie behind me because it's comfortable. It's, she'll tell me if I need to come in. She talks to me. And it's hard to know sometimes when you're on that back line if I need to drop in a little more, or let's say there's a runner behind me. She communicates with me. So she helps me play my game as well. She coaches me in a sense. She's like the on-field coach, always there for me. But, yeah, she's been dominating recently, and I would not want to get in her way on when she comes out for those balls. Once I hear her say goalkeeper, I kind of back off a little bit. I'll be behind her just in case something does slip by, but that's the rare chance it does. But, yeah, she's been dominating for sure, and when she comes out, she's a beast, man.
Yeah, she definitely makes her presence known when she's – you can hear it up in the press box, and it seems like from the parking lot at practice, you can hear her yelling "keeper" when I'm coming to practice. So it's fun to see her play. And another player I've really enjoyed seeing play, and I want to see how much you can actually see what she's doing is Sarah Griffith. At the other end of the field, can you, from my press box view, I can see sort of the play unfold and see her weaving out and sort of breaking down the defense. Can you see that from where you are? And if so, are you as amazed as everyone else is with what she's able to do with the ball?
Oh yeah, definitely. I do see it on the field. I watch the games every time we play. I watch it back, and so I get to see what you see. But on the field, yeah. I'm just as amazed as everyone else. She's a hard worker. She's always going. When she steps on that field, I don't think she has an off switch. And I love when she's on my side. I love when she's on the other side because it's just any side she can play. She's going to work hard. And that's having a forward that helps defend like that. And she's a good defender. You know, she gets back and she grinds, and it helps a lot. It takes a little more stress. Like, it takes the stress off of us because it's not just constant defending. She comes back, she gets the play going. So she's a hard worker, and she makes things happen for sure, as you see, as everyone sees. You know, she got the goal against Ohio State. She got the goal against Michigan State. You know, when we need that, she gets it done. It's just a matter of time within the game. When is Griff going to score? You know, if it needs to happen, it's going to happen. And I have full trust in her as a forward. I'm confident that she can do it. She works hard. And you know, after the game, little story time, after the Michigan State game, you know, she always gets kicked. And she's like, yeah, I just don't know when I'll go against you know, a less like mean, in other terms, a less mean outside back. And I was like, honestly, Griff, you know, if I went against you and you're making me look stupid, I'd probably kick you up and down too. So they're just irritated, you know? I mean, if I couldn't stop a forward, yeah, I'd whack her too. But she's just a hard worker and doesn't let those kicks stop her, you know? But yeah, love what she does every time. She always brings it, and lucky to play with her.
Yeah, and she's played well now, especially with that target on her back increasing. And she's had a 5-match point streak and goals, I think, in 3 straight games. So she's increased her level of play as the rest of the conference is becoming aware of what she's been able to do this year. You know, shifting ahead, we've Minnesota on Thursday and then Iowa on Sunday. Drew, what do you know about both those teams? What challenges is that going to present as the team gets back on the road for the last two matches of the regular season?
Yeah, it was always, you know, you always look for a couple, you know, tendencies of how the other team plays, and maybe some things that, you know, tactically you're always trying to, you know, okay, how can we play to our strengths and, you know, hide some weaknesses and whatnot. So both teams, you know, are, you know, obviously don't give up a lot of goals, don't give a lot of chances. So we're really looking at ways typically to, you know, how can we break this team down? How can we create chances? How can we put them on their heels a little bit? So both teams, good athletic teams, very well coached, disciplined, organized teams. So we just really focus right now on just, you know, recovering a bit from a tough weekend, and now we go on the road. So I think the most important thing is just get our bodies and, you know, just mentally getting recovered and getting, you know, recharge the batteries a little bit. And we'll talk a little bit about our opponent, and we'll talk about, like I said, just some things, you know, that we need to look out for and things we can hopefully, you know, exploit. But really this time of year, it's about what we do and how we play, because, you know, our style of play has been ingrained, and our, you know, kind of our formation and our subbing patterns and things are relatively, you know, where they're going to be. So it's really about just performing at our highest level with a little bit of information about the opponents. But our players, they like information about the opponents, but they also seem to really embrace the fact of not overwhelming each other with info, right? You know, sometimes you can get so caught up in what the other team's doing, and you focus on how do you prevent them from doing this and that, and you kind of forget what you do well. So we'll definitely talk about our opponents, a lot of respect for both those programs, but really focus on recovering and coming out and playing the way we want to play.
Yeah, definitely. And Skylurr, we'll close here with a little fun question as you get ready for a 5-match road or 5-day road trip, 2 matches. You know, it's your first prolonged road trip of the season, and a little different with the COVID protocols, but through your first 2 years, what's your favorite part about traveling with the team and spending time with your teammates on the road?
Well, spending that much time with the team, it's crazy. You know, you get to know the team a little better. You know, we try to, when we do go out to eat, we try to switch it up from like typical friend groups. You know, we're all pretty close, but we get to know more about people we don't usually talk to on like a daily basis. So that's fun. But the favorite thing, and I feel like a lot of people could, you know, relate to this, is definitely the food. Purdue soccer does well with providing us with some good grub to eat. Very excited every time we travel to see where we'll go. it's always a great time. You know, you always get some 5-star meals. So, and it's, you know, a college student, you're a pro college student. So that's always a great time.
Absolutely. Well, we will keep our eyes on the itinerary to see where the team will be eating. Again, a little different this year with not able to go to a restaurant and sit all together as a team, but still hopefully a fun week ahead and hopefully 2 good results. And they said we're at Minnesota on Thursday afternoon and then at Iowa on Sunday for the final 2 matches of the regular season, final 2 road matches of the regular season, I should say. But that will do it for today's show. Skylurr, Drew, thanks for joining us, and we'll talk to you again next week. Boiler up.
Thanks, Charlie.